Greetings to everyone. Myself Karunya. This video lesson is for the chapter Growing Up as Boys and Girls. This chapter belongs to civics. Before getting into the lesson, I want to give you one interesting information. Let's see what it is. In the past year, I had conducted a drawing competition. In the competition, I have asked students to draw some professionalist picture. So let's see how they have done it. When I am telling the professionalist name, you can also just imagine how they will be. Let's see what it is. First of all, I have given them to draw firefighter picture. So you can also imagine how firefighter will be. I have collected these drawings from the students. You can also see. And the second one, I have given them a surgeon. So I have collected these drawings from them. Thirdly, I have given them fighter pilot. So I have collected these pictures. And I have asked them to draw teacher picture. So I have collected these drawings from them. And nurse. These are the pictures. From those pictures, have you noticed that particular job has been shown for boys and some for girls? Why it is? Have you thought like this? So look on the one example. I have asked them to draw fighter pilot. Most of them have drawn for men fighter pilot, not women fighter pilot. Why? And also I have asked them to draw teacher picture. Most of them have drawn women teacher picture. Why it is? You have also imagined from your imagination, just think. You have drawn a women fighter pilot or men fighter pilot, or women teacher or men teacher. If it is men fighter pilot, why it is? So your opinion about job is very different, because some jobs is for women, some job is for men. This is what you and the students have thought. Why it is? Before getting the answer, I want to show you one information. Let's see what it is. She is Padmavati. She is famous surgeon. She is women surgeon. And she is Dhanya Sandal. She is a first firefighter. She is also women firefighter. And look on the picture. She is Bhavana. She is the first women fighter pilot. She is also women fighter pilot. And he is Bhavan. He is a famous teacher. Children like him very much. He is also men teacher. So now, I guess your opinion got changed. So where it comes? Why you have thought like this? This particular job is for women. This particular job is for men. How it comes? Let's see how it comes. First of all, who is boy and who is girl? So boy is a young male human. Girl is a young female human. That's all. Male human and female human. And also when they grown up, the adult boy will be called as man and the adult girl will be called as women. That's all. But in the past days, women cannot go to school all the time and they cannot go to job also. They were assigned to do some household works. But when come to boy, they can go to school, they can go to any job. So boys started to think they are superior when they compared with their job, because women are doing some household works. So boys started to think like that they are superior than girl. So that's the place discrimination started. Why we need gender difference? So being a boy, a girl is an important part of one's identity. But the society we grow up in teaches what kind of behavior is acceptable for girls and boys. What boys and girls can or cannot do. We often grow up thinking that these things are exactly the same everywhere. But do all society look at boys and girls in the same way? And we will also look at how the different roles assigned to boys and girls prepare them for their future roles as men and women. And we will try answer this question in this chapter. So for this chapter, we'll be having two videos. In the first video, we'll be dealing with how boys and girls are growing differently. With two example, we'll study this, and how boys and girls are socialized differently. So these two things we'll be studying in this video, and the second video will be studying about valuing housework and lives of domestic workers and women's work and equality. So the first topic, how boys and girls are growing up in different situations. For that, we are going to see two examples. The first example, some childs who are in Samo in the 1920. So Samo is a place, it is an island. It's a part of a large group of small islands in the southern part of the Pacific Ocean. Okay, so some children lived in the area, how they had grown up. So that's what we are going to see. So according to the research report on salmon society, children did not go to school. So they learned many things such as how to take care of children or do household work from older children and from adults. So as soon as babies could walk, their mother or other adults no longer looked after them. Older children, often as young as 5 years old, took over this responsibility. Both boys and girls looked after their younger siblings. Okay, so fishing was a very important activity on the island. So young people therefore learned to undertake long fishing expeditions, but they learn these things at different points in their childhood. That is what we are going to see. As a boy, by the time a boy was about 9 years old, he joined the older boys in learning outdoor jobs like fishing and planting coconuts. But for girls, at the age of 14 years only. Okay, so still they were teenager, but once they become teenager, they had much more freedom. After the age of 14 or so, girls also went on fishing trips, worked in the plantation, learned how to weave baskets. Okay, so when come for cooking, they have some special cooking houses where boys were supposed to do most of the work while girls help with the preparation. This is how children were grown up in Samo in the time of 1920s. Let's see one more example. So the following is adapted from an account of experience of being in a small town in Madhya Pradesh in the 1960s. From class 4 onwards, boys and girls went to separate schools. Okay, so in Madhya Pradesh, it will be like this in the time of 1960. And also the girls' school was designed very differently from the boys' school. They had a central courtyard where they played in total seclusion and safety from the outside world. But the boys has no such courtyard, and our playground was just be big space attached to the school. So every evening, once the school was over, the boys watched as hundreds of schoolgirls covered the narrow streets. As these girls walked on the streets, they looked so purposeful because they will be teased, and they have a fear of being teased or attacked. But when comes for boys, they have more freedom. This was unlike the boys was who used the street as the place to stand around idling and to play and to try out some tricks with their bicycle. But for the girls, the street was simply a place to get straight home. The girls always went in groups, perhaps because they also carried fears of being teased or attacked. Have you ever seen like this? Girls are going with group, right? So why it is? Let's see. So after seeing these two examples, we realize that there are many different ways of growing up, and often we think that there is only one way in which children grow up. This is because we are most familiar with our own experiences. We also realize that society makes clear distinction between boys and girls. This begins from a very young age. We are, for example, given different toys to play with. Boys are usually given cars to play with, and girls will be given dolls. Both toys can be a lot of fun with play with. Why are girls then given dolls and boys cars? Toys become a way of telling children that they will have different futures when they become men and women. If we think about it, this difference is created in the smallest and most everyday activities. How girls must dress, what games boys should play, and how girls need to talk softly or boys need to be tough. All these are ways of telling children that they have specific roles to play when they grow up to be men or women. Later in life, this affects the subject we can study or the careers we can choose. So this leads to men and women do not have the same status. So in the most societies, including our own, the roles men and women play or the work they do are not valued equally. So how the difference exists in the work done? Let's see. So the answer will be discussed in the next video. Before that, I want to give you one activity. So for that, list out some toys and games that boys typically play and also girls will be playing. And if there is a difference between two lists, and find it out the reason why it is. And also, is there any relationship to the roles children have to play as adults? That also you have to find. Write it in your paper and take a photo of that and post it in the Google Classroom. And also, if you have some time, so just try to watch this video in YouTube. So this link will be given in the attached video. Just have a look on this when you find free time. So we'll meet in the next video. Thank you.